Welcome to my channel, Better Monday Fasting. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about completing my 40-hour fast that I'm doing right now, and also give you a little update on what's going on with the fasting and life adventure here in Paraguay. Before getting started, nothing I share in this video or on the channel is medical advice, so please do your own research before making any health-related decisions. So it's been like 6 weeks or so. I've been back to Paraguay. I was in Europe to get some of my music gear, and I had also some things to do with my family. So I went to Turkey, then I went to Switzerland, then I went to Italy to see a show, and then I came back to Paraguay. So now I have all my bass, my electric guitar, my acoustic guitar. So I'm really happy to be able to produce some music in Paraguay. I also brought back my soccer cleats, and I purchased a soccer ball. So basically, so if you haven't been following the channel, I've been living as a nomad for the past 8 years. Finally, I decided to get residency in Paraguay. So now I have more of a sedentary life in Paraguay. So I've been missing, there's certain things I couldn't do. Well, you can always do, but like I was traveling with an acoustic guitar. I had a portable studio and my touring gear. It was like a 50 kilo of gear, but I could not have my electric guitar, my bass. So I was kind of missing, like, having a home studio with all the instruments and be able to produce. So I've been producing music, but it was always on the acoustic, and people will lend me bass guitars. Like, it was all like it wasn't very comfortable, but it got I still was able to produce albums. And soccer, I haven't been playing soccer like since 2011, and while I was still living in the US. Then I went back to Switzerland. I was kind of depressed. I don't know why I didn't get back to play soccer. And then once I became nomad, I was kind of paranoid, to when you're on your own and you're traveling all the time, so you don't want to, like, a little injury like gets you really. It happened to me. I broke my like a toe once. It was the stupidest thing. Like, yeah, it was a bad alignment of stars. I was in Cabo San Lucas, and whoa, yeah, I hit a branch. I was in Cabo San Lucas, and across the street I saw this beautiful girl. So then I was like tried to step up the sidewalk, and it was like a pretty high sidewalk. And where I put my foot like on the side. There was like 2 blocks of concrete, and my foot got blocked like in between, and I broke like a toe, not the toe, but like like kind of like one of the bones of the pinky. Yeah, really really stupid like accident. And then I got stuck like 4 or 5 weeks in Cabo San Lucas. I mean, there are worse places to be stuck in. But yeah, so like I was kind of paranoid. Like even when I lived in Argentina, I wanted to open the coffee. I had this coffee shop project. I was kind of sedentary at the beginning there, but also I was really paranoid. I was like, man, if something happens to me, you know, how I'm going to run a physical business. But now, yeah, I purchased the ball. I purchased the official Europa League ball, which cost me like a fortune here, but I kind of wanted to have it because, yeah, I mean, Trabzonspor played the Europa League in the past, and it's a really nice ball. So I purchased the ball, and at my gym upstairs, I can juggle. Like, I mean, it's like we got to be careful because there's mirrors and stuff. You cannot like shoot or anything, but you can do little drills indoor. It's really nice. Also, they have like those like cube blocks where I can like do some passing, you know, like similarly to like when you play against the wall, you know. So I've been doing that daily, and today I went to a real field. There's a field, and it's not in really great shape, but since I brought my Copa Mundial cleats from Switzerland. Oh, they were in Turkey, I think. So I put them on. I was kind of worried. I was like, maybe, you know, like once you get older, sometimes your feet tend to grow. But they fit me perfectly. And those like soccer shoes, they're like it's a classic from Adidas. Like it's been around since the 80s, I think, and it's just, I love them. I mean, the technology really got like advanced. I haven't really following it because I haven't been playing, but yeah, I love those shoes, and they look like, you know, really retro. And so today I went, and I've been shooting, and I can still juggle a little bit, and yeah, like little by little I want to come back. I mean, 14 years since playing without playing, it's huge. But at the same time, I've been working out, and now that I'm 50 years old, I might be better than most, you know, 50 like better in shape than a lot of like 50 to 65-year-old people. So I'm gonna keep training by myself, and then I'm like, why not like maybe join a veteran league or something? And who knows, I might be, you know, I might rank higher as a player now than when I was younger, because I've been taking care of myself. I go to the gym every day, and I doubt that everybody is doing that, you know. Well, then you have people, you know, they have the belly, but they have great techniques and stuff. Like everybody has their you know, their fortes. But so yeah, it was a little project of getting back to soccer after 50. We'll see. I mean, now like the goal is not to get injured, but I think I'll be fine because I go to the gym every day. So now I just need to get my technique back and the soccer specific, train the soccer specific muscles and all that. Yeah, today I've been shooting. I took some free kicks. I was that close to the you know, the best spot to put, you know, the first post. Like I was on the left side of the field and putting them at you know, so it will be the right top corner of the goalie. So the first post, like the one closer to me. So you fake it like you're gonna center, but you know, like so you'll have your strikers there. You fake it like you're aiming for their head, but you actually go first post like and I was that close. Like twice, I was like really close. So yeah, I mean, we lose a lot of things, but some things stay. You know, like I was really surprised. Like 14 years without playing, and I'm still like I can still hit the ball. Like, and juggling, it comes back a little bit. Like still, yeah, still a lot to do. Like I used to do like 100, 200 juggles, but now like I'm like 5, 10. But it's a process. It's a process, and like it really makes me feel good. That's why I'm doing it. Like it's really like I like going to the gym and everything, working out, challenge myself. But you know, when I'm playing with the ball, I forget. It's like music. Like you forget. I forget everything, and it's just like the ball and you, and that was like missing in my life. And when you play like games, it's like a concert, you know. Like you don't think of anything else during 90 minutes. So we'll see. Like I'm in a soccer playing country, so I'm sure there'll be opportunities. And I heard people are really good here. Like they're really, really good. So Paraguay, I mean, that's kind of where the World Cup started, you know, like, and also they qualified for the World Cup. It was the day I was coming back from Turkey. So it was this like nightmarish trip. And as we land, actually when we were in the air, the captain announced that Paraguay had qualified. So I was really happy. But then when we landed, the airport is in Luque, and to go back to where I live, it was like a lot of people honking, and yeah, I had such a adventure coming back from Turkey. So what happened was, so the entire trip was a lot of logistics. I mean, in Turkey, it was like all my stuff was near the Galata Tower, and it was very inconvenient to get the stuff from there with a car. So I had to move everything to the Asian side, and from there, I got some stuff ready. Then I went to Switzerland. I got more stuff, and the singer of my old band, Swoan, David, he was really nice. Like because there was no way I could bring everything I had still in Switzerland to Turkey. So he was like, oh, you can keep some of the stuff, and as you come back and forth, you'll take your stuff. So I put quite some belongings in his mom's house. They have a really nice like how it used to be a farm, you know. It's like a farmhouse. It's really authentic, really Swiss. I love spending time there with his family. So finally I bring everything to the Asian side of Istanbul. So I was supposed to go from the city where my dad lives, but then I was just like, it's just stupid to bring everything there and then go back to Istanbul. So from Istanbul, bring everything there, take the plane there, because my plane ticket was booked that way. Anyways, so I had 90 kilos, so I was able to change the plane ticket, it wasn't easy, even though like I was giving away just like an internal flight. It wasn't technically, it's kind of hard for them to do that, you know, city A to Istanbul, and you cannot just say, I'll take the plane in Istanbul, forget about. No, it doesn't work like that. And so, but I was able to change it, and also change the date. So I go to the airport in Istanbul with 90 kilos of gear, and they didn't and I went the night before, I was just like, I'm gonna put everything, and I have a lounge access, so I'm like, I put everything and then chill in the lounge. But then now there's like this security company with all the Latin American countries. They really, like, unless you're a Paraguayan citizen, they don't let you check in. I mean, like, you can check in 3 hours before, because those guys, they come 3 hours before. So then I go, and I was thinking, because I knew I had a lot of luggage, so I'm gonna have extra weight. And it's really nice at the airport in Istanbul. They have scales, and so I evenly split everything. During that time, I evenly split everything, prepared everything. Then 3 hours before I go, they let me in. I'm a Swiss citizen. I have a Paraguayan residency. They didn't give me too much hard time. So then I go to check in, and the Turkish airline guy, he says, yeah, but now your two luggages are overweight, so it's going to cost you a lot. He says it's better to have one overweight than the other one regular. That's the little detail. I mean, it makes sense in a way, but I was more like, I'm going to split it evenly. So I open everything, and I load one luggage and make the other one lighter. And now, like, he says, yeah, you got to go pay for, and also I had a base, and so I had to go pay for an extra luggage. I wanted to pay ahead of time, but they didn't let me for some reason. So I had to go pay for that, and then I had to pay for the extra weight. And they're doing all these coupons, like Henry, like it was taking a lot of time, and yeah, I don't know why they didn't like that. Like, they had to write everything down. I was like, so then I go back and I finally check in, put in everything. Then I go to the lounge, enjoy the lounge a little bit. Even though, I mean, it's funny because the lounge access I have, it's not the nicest one. It's not the Turkish Airlines one, but it's pretty good. But for internal flights in Turkey, it's actually really good. They have all the Turkish food, and you have Turkish tea, you have ayran, you have, like, it's very Turkish, like. But the international one is like, it's so, and they're very like, they kind of serve you, and they don't want to give you a lot. Like, they're kind of cheap. But anyways, like, so spend some time in the lounge and everything, then go wait at the waiting area, like, for to the gate. Go to the gate to take the plane. And those guys, those security guys, they were there too, like, making sure that everything, everybody was legit. And yeah, I really didn't like it, like how they will treat us, and also I really didn't like how they treat Latinos, like the Turkish crew there, like land crew. Because for me, it's like, you're Turkish or Latino. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, but to me, I felt. I mean, I cannot say, I don't have a proof or anything, but it felt like they were seeing them as, like, inferior, or like they were feeling like superior. Like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, that's bullshit. Like, I was offended, even though I'm not Latino, I'm Turkish, but I mean, just unnecessary attitude. And we're all packed there. Then we take the plane, and lucky me, I have the 3 seats, and we're going to Colombia, and then wait in the plane, and then from Colombia we go to Panama. That's the plan. So I'm like, wow, that's great. And I haven't slept like the night before, so I'm like, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take a nap. You know, I had my things to cover my eyes and everything, so I start taking a nap. Everything's great. Then an hour later, after takeoff, the captain makes an announcement, and he's like, yeah, there's a problem. We need to go back to Istanbul. Okay. What I loved, it was like, I mean, the plane was filled with Colombians, I mean, all Latinos, you know. Nobody panicked and nobody complained, you know. Everybody was like, okay. So we go back to Istanbul, and then they schedule, I think that the first takeoff was at 9 o'clock in the morning. So they were like, don't worry, we have another plane, but it's gonna be at 3 in the afternoon. So I go back to the lounge, and they were nice enough, like I still had my boarding pass. I explained them to this situation. They let me back in. So I had breakfast before the first takeoff, and then I had lunch. And they had changed, you know, the breakfast items to the lunch items. So I spent time there, then went back. And the good thing was that we had the same seats. I mean, we boarded with the same boarding passes. So I had the 3 seats empty. Then we go, and I don't know, like 16-hour flight or something. I don't remember, 14 hours. So first we make it to Colombia, and then from Colombia we go to Panama. And in Panama, well, obviously I missed my plane for Paraguay. So there's somebody from Turkish Airlines Panama there. He takes care of us. He's like, okay, don't worry, we have a hotel for you and everything. But I have 90 kilos of like gear, you know. And I asked him, I'm like, can't I just stay in the airport? Because it's really not convenient for me to take all my gear out. And since I have like all this like music gear, you know, I have preamps, I have pedals, and you know, like I already passed like customs and everything. Like I mean, not customs, but I already passed security in Turkey. So now I don't want to pass the customs and the security back, you know, like. But he's like, no, don't worry. So I have all this gear, and there was this Turkish guy that he was a cook on I think Turkey has like some electricity generating ships in Latin America, and he was a cook there. He was from Antep, amazing cook. Like, yeah, he showed me, like he knows everything, all the kebabs, everything, like. And he couldn't speak Spanish nor like English, so I helped him out with that, and he helped me out with all my gear, like Turkish solidarity, and really nice guy. So then they bring us so we pass. Thank God, like they didn't give me a hard time with the customs. It was really straightforward. It was just like hard to carry everything, but thanks to that person I met, carried everything. Then we come to the downtown Panama, which I'm familiar with. I was there not long time ago, and they put us in a really nice hotel, like a 4-star, nothing to complain. So it was already late. I wanted to sleep, and they brought us some like a wrap, like something to eat, but there was pork in it, so I didn't eat it. Like I didn't eat anything. I just went straight to bed. And when I wake up the next day, they were like, oh, if you want, there's a buffet, you can go there. So oh my God, I go there. So it was like kind of a brunch. It was so good, like, oh my God, like There was fish, meat, like everything, guacamole, like really, really nice, and really good service. First they were like, sir, what do you want? Do you want like coffee? But then they were like, oh, your room number? And like, I'm like, yeah, we're with, with Turkish Airlines. They were a little less nice, but yeah, I mean, so then I met with the Turkish guy from the night before, and he, as a cook, he was like, wow, this is amazing. Like he approved, and we ate like kings, We ate like kings, and then it was time for me to go back to the airport. And again, Turkish Airlines, great. Like they brought like because there was nobody nobody was going to Paraguay, I think. So I had like own car for me, just for me, like and the guy on the clock is there. Like I'm waiting him in the lobby. He comes, brings me back to the airport, and at the airport everything really straightforward. I showed that I paid for extra luggage, and really, really nice everybody. Like they didn't give me a hard time. They didn't charge me extra, or they didn't try to, like, it was like everything straightforward. And made it to Asuncion. And during the flight, like I said before, like the captain announced that it was Paraguay won. So overall it was like a 80-hour trip, something like that, if I'm not mistaken, 80 or 90. And finally I make it to Asuncion. But there's this World Cup qualification, so even the last, until the last mile, it was like a challenge like that. So I was a little bit worried because people were going crazy, and I had all my guitars and everything. And I know that sometimes, they start like rocking cars, like people going crazy. I mean, I'm a soccer fan myself, even though I don't do that kind of stuff. But I'm familiar with celebrations. So I was kind of nervous, like you have, I did all this trip to bring everything that it was like important to me, material-wise, to Paraguay, and the last mile you're stuck with like, soccer fans that are going crazy, but nothing bad happened. And the Uber guy was really nice. It was really nice, and he was also a cook. Somehow I met cooks on this trip. So then, well, at the end of the day, I lost like 19 hours, So I knew that I could get compensation, reparation. So I wrote Turkish Airlines. I told them everything that happened, and they were like, you know what? We cannot, this is like a force major, like I don't know, like they have they classified it as like differently. So they're like, we cannot, you don't qualify for that. But you can report the case to the civil aviation of Turkey. And it was kind of, first I was speaking with them in English because I traveled with a Swiss passport. But then I did everything in Turkish because they had a whole thing where you connect to their website and stuff. But I did everything, and just like last week, got an email from Turkish Airlines, and they're like, yeah, give us your, your SWIFT and your IBAN, and we send you the money, So right now it's really helping me. It's like 600 euros. Well, it's still not in the bank, but at least they agreed to compensate me. And right now it's like I really need that money. So that's a great news to have. It's almost like a $700, like. I've been back to Paraguay and got back to with the rhythm. Like yeah, a lot of things happen because I was in a relationship and something happened to the family of my girlfriend and something major. And somehow, even though it shouldn't have, like it affected our relationship, I still don't understand why, but that's how it is. And so there was a little bit of I wouldn't say drama, but like some difficult moments, more for her than for me. But yeah, the relationship is pretty much over, I think. And then got back with the rhythm in Paraguay, and now I kind of changed a little bit of my strategy because how the world is evolving. Yeah, I don't want to be, even though it's great, when you have euros or American dollars or Swiss francs and you live in Paraguay, it's great, and you have this like great leverage. But I always like to project into the future and where the world is going. I was like, you know what? Keep everything you have in the like your income sources from the outside, but you need to make money in Paraguay. There's no way around it, like even if it's not a lot, like something that kind of sustain you. If something crazy can happen, they can block Swift, or like and then you don't want to be poor in Paraguay. That's the last place I want to be poor in, and maybe not the last, but it will be really difficult. So I decided to invest in real estate, because here real estate is amazing. I never believed in real estate because for me it was always like a trap to make the bankers rich, But here you don't actually use bankers. Like you can finance apartments or homes on plan for a reduced cost to 15 to 20%, and you do it with the developer or the construction company, and every like the financing during construction, they don't charge you any interest. So like the first place I bought, I think I put down like $3,000, and I have a contract. It's mine already, and I can sell it anytime. So it's interesting business that I'm learning, because you can wait until it's done and then rent it on Airbnb or to locals or long term. That's a possibility. But also you can sell it at any time. And the way it works is like if you purchased before the construction starts, so then once construction starts, the prices go up 5%. Then midway construction, 5% more, and when they're done, 15 to 20% more. So there are a lot of people there just buying, they're buying, and once the apartment is ready, they're selling, and they make that 15 to 20%, and they reinvest, and they do that. Other people rent. Other people, I met a guy like he does that all day long. So maybe not ideal for somebody that doesn't know the market, but it's like having the nose to select like projects that are going to be really popular, and you purchase 3-4 apartments in a project, and once everything is sold out, but the construction hasn't started yet, or maybe it just started, but everything has sold out. Then you sell to the last comers, you know. You bank on the fear of missing out of other people, you know. And so the guy told me that was the fastest way to make money. Like if you don't want to wait, you know, because usually construction it's gonna last a couple years or 18 months or 15 months, you know. But I mean, to do that kind of transaction, I mean, you got to be kind of seasoned, you know. I think you got to know the market, because if you do, you purchase your 4 apartments and you know the other ones they don't sell, then you know now you have to pay for all that, you know. So you got to know what you're doing. But yeah, I've been investing in real estate, and hopefully it will allow me to generate some money in Paraguay, because that's where I want to live, and that's where I'm happy, and actually all the stress of the world is coming from the outside, you know. So if I shut down YouTube, stop reading the news, here we're fine, you know. But you still need to, you know, if you're dependent of the outside, of course you still need to get informed. But yeah, I'm thinking of being able to afford, like if like the worst case scenario, I can just be like a Paraguayan, you know, you just make money here, live here, and don't care about the rest of the world, you know. Like I mean, if something really major happens, like I think pretty much all the countries will be affected, but yeah, so I decided to diversify that way, and also it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I had a lot of, like I said, prejudice with the whole real estate thing, because of the banker thing, you know, like all the mortgage and all that. I never believed in it, you know. I mean, that's like a trap. But here it's different. You can also do it that way if you don't have means. But if you do have means, then here, I mean, comparatively to other countries, it's really, really cheap, you know. I mean, you buy luxury studios from $33,000 to $45,000, and you don't have to put them at once. You can finance them, so as you go. So it's very interesting. It's one more positive thing about the Paraguay, where everything is square. I mean, they're not like you know, the state is like is your partner, kind of like if you're an entrepreneur or investor, you know, and not like some countries that I won't name in Europe, where they're just like killing you with the taxes, you know. So here it's still it makes sense. It all makes sense, and so far, I mean, you have to investigate, you know. You have to really, because there's a lot of you might get ripped off, you know. There are constructions that never end. I mean, some people they use it to launder money, things like that. So you got to really do your research. I only work with Paraguayan companies, and which already have a track record. You know, if it's their first building, you don't want to, and ideally you want them to be connected politically a little bit. So, you know, because it's not only about making the building, but then depending on where you're making your investment, then you have to make sure that the roads are going to be built and all that, you know. So it's a lot of research, and but then so far so good. I mean, I'll tell you more. You know, every month I'm getting updates on the constructions, and sometimes I go on site and visit. So so far everything is moving according to the plan. but it's a risk, you know. Things can happen, so it's a risk that I'm willing to take, because, you know, if you do at 15%, you purchase 6 apartments and you resell them once they're ready, then you can afford the 7th apartment for free. That's kind of like so then you can actually, you know, buy, sell, rent, finance, and kind of grow your pool of real estate. But again, you know, everything has to, because now they're constructing a lot, and so like by the time it's ready, I don't know if the demand will be there. You know, there's all this. I mean, it's a market. Like it's like anything. It's like the stock exchange or crypto. You need to follow what's going on. You know, it's not nothing is easy, but yeah, I kind of. I mean, you're going to be like, oh, this is a channel about fasting. Why this guy is talking to us about real estate? But the thing is, like, yeah, I mean, fasting is also a tool for survival, you know. And me coming to Paraguay, me moving from Europe, it's all like I'm following my instinct of survival. And now how the politics are changing. For the US, I was hoping that it will be super pro-business, you know, like with the second term of the new president, but it's like it just took a total different turn. So yeah, I cannot. Yeah, I think the best thing to do, if you can afford it, is diversify and yeah, be smart, diversify, and even that might not be. You know, depending on what's going to happen, even that might not be enough. But I rather give it a fight. You know. So yeah, so that was like it for the comeback video. If you watched it so far, I really thank you. And so I have different outlets. I have I sell fasting salts. I have a product called Fasting Electrolytes. No sugar, no flavoring, no additives. Something to support your fast. I had a glass this morning with some lime juice. It's great. So now I came to the grocery store because I'm going to be breaking my fast. So that's one of my outlets. I also offer some coaching for fasting. I have a brand called. So my brand for the fasting electrolytes is called YouthLyte, and my brand for the intellectual side of fasting, it's called Better Monday Fasting. And with Better Monday Fasting, I have a book. I have a course called Become Your Own Fasting Coach, and I also offer some one-on-one coaching if you're interested. So you can hit me up with that. I'll put all the links below. And if you don't want or you can afford the coaching one-on-one, there's that course that will teach you how to become your own fasting coach. That's what I did actually. Lots of trial and error. So if you take the course, you might avoid the mistakes I made. You know, again, like huge amount of time, and also when you know the experience of somebody else, like all these moments where we doubt, you know, you won't be doubting. So that's for that. And I'm also a musician, and my main outlet is it's a band called Black Sea Storm. And I've been producing music since 2002 with that project. I've also been a proud member of a band called Swoan, SWOAN from Switzerland, and Channing Cope from San Diego, California. Also, you can check it out on the different platforms. And now that I have all my guitars here in Asuncion, I'm gonna attempt to produce more music. You know, the thing with music is like the way I do it, at least, you don't decide, like it either comes or it doesn't, but you, as the musician, your responsibility is to be ready. So now I'm building the studio, putting the studio back, have my instruments, everything ready, playing every day, and so if something interesting comes, worth to be recorded, I'll be recording it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in another one hopefully. Thank you.